Hello, everyone! Merry Christmas! If you didn't get the announcement video, this is going to be the last Friday I post before I take a 2-week break for Christmas. I might still post stuff in the community section if you want to check that out. But anyway, this is Chapter 8. Chapter 8. Summer's hand went right through the glowing fox. "I've never seen a small demon like you," Summer said, mesmerized by her appearance. "Ha! I'm barely showing in the small form, but last year is much smaller than me," Foxishu said, twirling around. "Who?" Summer asked, sitting on the rock. Foxishu looked quickly at a perch approaching, and then she quickly jumped into the rock Summer was sitting on. "Later," she whispered inside Summer's head. The person walking over was Motaro. "Hey, what was that? Was that a spirit or a ghost?" she said excitedly. Summer shook her head. "Just a spirit fox thing, I don't know," she said softly, patting the rock for Motaro to sit. "Okay. Well, April talked to me about some things. Why she didn't want me or June to go in a room," she said, side-hugging Summer. "You're special, and I like that." Motaro giggled. Summer didn't know what else April told Motaro, but before she could say anything, "Summer, oh my gosh! Why weren't you going to tell me?" Motaro said excitedly again. "I didn't know you played the drums. Garashi plays the hirichi, and I play the iru," she beamed. Summer sighed happily. "What were you thinking?" she said, not prepared for what she got into. Summer walked around with all sorts of instruments, also with Motaro and Garashi. "What do you know?" Garashi asked, staying near Summer. Summer thought, "Lots. Do you have a favorite?" she asked softly. Garashi looked at all the instruments. That one. It works well with my hirichi," he said softly, pointing to the tsunami drum. Summer was surprised that she knew that one. Okay, let's play," she suggested. Garashi grinned softly. "Okay, if you want to," he said happily. Summer stopped walking. I don't know, actually. I might break it, claws," she said, holding her arm. Garashi nodded. "Well, there's lots of minotaurs that use these," he said, shrugging playfully, grabbing the drum.
"Listen to him.
Break it.
What is this?"
"Kill!"
Small. I like
Can
it.
we eat
I
it?
crave
Play
violence.
it.
Summer hesitated, but grabbed the drum. "Hey, I found the iru!" Motaro shouted, with her tail wagging up in the air and her head buried in instruments. Garashi chuckled softly and waved for Summer to follow. She hooked the drum to her back and followed Garashi. Then a moment later, a couple of friendly minotaurs came in and found some instruments to play as well. There were 2 cows and 3 sheep minotaur. The sheep got different drums, and the cows looked at string and wind instruments. Summer smiled and walked out with Garashi and Motaro.
Should we go to the center?
Motaro suggested, full of energy. Garashi shrugged. "Sure," he said warmly, setting out a quilt to sit on. The sheep minotaur ran out with different drums, and one cow came out with a 2-stringed cello. They played around with each other as they set up.
What song should we play?
The oldest sheep asked. The other cow walked out with a small no-crown flute. "Maybe just a small gem," he said softly, and warmly smiled at all of them. Summer sat by Garashi. "I don't know how to do this drum. With all, this," Summer sighed.
Break it.
Just
We
play
promise
it.
we won't
Smash
break
it.
it.
You got
Woo!
this. Music.
Garashi patted her back. Don't worry, just don't even think about it, he said, grabbing his hirichi. The sheep and cows started playing and finding a good melody. Now follow the rhythm, Garashi said warmly, starting to play Zurichi. Motaro laughed, all bubbly and smiling, as she played her iru.
Killer!
She's finding
Oh, be
things to
happy.
make you happy.
Play.
Summer thought about the rhythm they were making and felt a good beat to play. Summer closed her eyes. Find the harmony, she thought. Suddenly, it was as if she could see the beat, and she thumped the drum with it. You know how to play the drum. Don't be shy, she thought angrily. Then, some sort of pulse ignited in her. She started patting her hands along the drum. Motaro looked over with a smile, but said nothing as Summer merged with the beat. She got the faster part of the melody. Some little Minotaur kids came out and started dancing, some holding hands in a circle. Summer felt happy she was playing the drums again. It made her feel good. She forgot all of her worries. They played for a while until... bad time. Summer heard a whisper. She missed the beat and her hand slipped. Garashi quickly grabbed her hand before it ripped the drum. Are you okay? He asked smoothly. Summer nodded. I'm going to rest. I guess I'm getting tired, she said softly. Yeah? Hold on, she said in her head. A pig minotaur happily took her place, and everyone was okay with it. Okay, let's go into my room, she thought. Summer slowly made it to her room and sat down on her stool. What? She whispered softly. Fuxishu jumped out of a shadow. So, you've never heard of me. You feel different anyway, but how? Nobody told you? Fuxishu asked, sitting down in her aura form. Summer sat there. Well, I guess I came from another world or so? No, I don't. Are you some great hero or something? Summer asked curiously. Fuxishu's ears slowly went down. Quite the opposite in stories, she said softly. Summer frowned. Well, tell me your story, not the one they told, she said, giving a small smile. Fuxishu looked up. No one has asked that, she said fondly, with her tail wagging slightly. I was secretly helping last year. We both don't like Kroshimu. The Demon King, if you wish. He still felt like he was my alpha, though, so he could order us to destroy, and I would do as little as possible. She stopped. Summer heard a knock on the door, and Fuxishu vanished.
It's Summer, right? April left for the village of Eels with Arkuda,
Maychek said, slowly opening the door. Summer sat up. What? Why didn't she ask me or tell me? She said worriedly.
Arkuda is her new friend. She's a Minotaur, and the village of Eels almost fears Minotaur like I. She's in good hands,
Maychek said, huffing with a smile. Summer shook her head. She went to a village in a new fantasy world without me. I wish she would have taken me, Summer mumbled. Freya ran up behind her. Summer, why don't we go catch up with them? They went to go get food from the market. So we'd be some extra hands, she said, full of excitement. Summer shared her energy. Yes! She chuckled happily. Summer was right outside the gate and was taking in all that she was about to do. I've never left the mansion. This is going to be exciting, she said as Freya said goodbye to Maychek's. Freya went into her demon fox form and scooped Summer up. Ah! A little warning next time! Summer screamed playfully in shock. They zipped through the forest, and they seemed to get there in no time, but all the way, Summer saw Foxy Shoe running through the trees with them. Summer held on tight to Freya, but she slowly stopped at the gates, where the green aura Foxy Shoe was waiting for Summer. Summer jumped off of Freya's back and went to Foxy Shoe. "Be careful, Summer. These people don't like demons. I wish you luck," she said softly, then disappeared. Freya went into her normal form and stared blankly where Foxy Shoe was. "Oh, that's a little fox friend of mine. Foxy Shoe?" she said, giving an uneasy smile. Freya looked at the spot, then Summer, then back. "How? Foxy Shoe is like, woof, woof." Freya couldn't finish her sentence. Summer smiled again and scratched the back of her head. "I don't know," she said awkwardly. Freya shook her head. Well, let's just worry about that later," she said, taking a breath. They went into the village and talked about the time Freya was here. "Let's stop there. He seems nice," Summer said, nudging Freya as she mentioned Irino. They walked along, but were stopped by a little girl who seemed lost. "Hey, are you okay?" Summer asked, kneeling down in front of her. Freya looked at her. "Hey, that's one of the dude's kids. Let's take her back," she said softly. Summer held out a hand and smiled. The little girl slowly grabbed her hand, and Summer stood up. "Can you show us where your daddy is?" she asked warmly. Freya smiled as Summer bent down to hold her hand, but still tried standing. Freya looked around. "This way," she giggled, pointing down the street. Summer walked slowly with the little girl. The little girl stopped and stretched out her arms to Summer's head. "What? You want me to hold you?" Summer chuckled. Then she picked up the little girl on her head, letting her use her horns for handles. Da da da! So actually, Mataro doesn't know Summer and April's little secret yet, because Freya just kind of decided to keep that secret for some random reason. Really, it was just Summer being paranoid, and Mataro was really just excited to play a song with her. Anyway, I hope you guys really all just enjoy your Christmas. I know that I'm definitely going to be enjoying mine. And we are 2 chapters away from being halfway done with book 2 already, and it's freaking me out, guys. Literally, help. I will be saying I might have to postpone a few other books because I'm going to be rewriting a bit of the plot, because I've noticed how it's doesn't make very much sense, or it's just not detailed enough. So it might be taking me a while. We might be taking a longer break after book 2, or possibly even before book 2 is even done, sadly. But I will keep you updated on that.
Bye.